Brooklyn, New York. I am a Jamaican. This strict West End culture is the life that I know, often pushed to academically and athletically grow. The taste, the music, that particular spice, the manner in which I was taught to live my life. I not going to forget. Yeah, man, only people must have to know. I am a Jamaican, living by what I was told. Sometimes I wonder where my family may have slipped apart, where teachers and helpers taught togetherness, but in me, this lifestyle is fully maintained. Or lessons on how to live. Do you have everything? Because without knowledge, you have nothing. Prevention is better than cure. You have to live your own life. And if you can't be good, be careful. I not going to forget. Yeah, man, all the people must have to know. I am a Jamaican, living by what I was told. Stories, fables, folk songs. That's how I was raised. Not only today, yesterday, the man I've become and will continue to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a Jamaican. I once read that there's no love like a mother's love. That one cannot embrace the love for himself without having experienced this unique kind of love. You see, my mother, she died when I was 11 months young, long before my life journey began. But I never blamed God. I've learned that in life is full with unforeseen occurrences. I get that. What I didn't get was memories. Memories for me to fall back and build upon. So in my 42 years of life, I've digressed from time to time. Storms that range from dark and cloudy, the worst being that steady mist. But I credit my sisters, older cousins, and an aunt that did so much for me. I remember my Aunt Dora saying, the only thing I never didn't do for you was bring you out of my belly. So then there's no stories about how or when I kicked. But I still raised some internal hell. For a long time, I called my older sister Ma Rose. How selfish of me, because she too, she didn't have a mommy. I once read that there's no love like a mother's love, that one cannot embrace a love for themselves without having experienced this unique kind of love. I recall when our dad decided to remarry a woman that even looked like me. So further in my journey, I too didn't marry for a little less than 10 years. Did I know how to give or receive love, or was I fooled? In my heart, did I fully believe that this person would be my all in all, who or what I had longed for? Divorce suggests that the answer just might be no. What about the times when I combed the stores late at night, going section by section, creating in my own imagination as if my mother was with me and asking her to buy me different outfits? And to cap off my imagination, I would venture into the toy section. To this day, I still have a collection. I once read that there's no love like a mother's love, that one cannot embrace a love for themselves without having experienced this unique kind of love. No home kitchen to return to. What's my pet name from you? Another reality is that a mother's love holds no guarantee. She would have to know love in order to give it. Even if mine was alive and didn't, if mine was alive and had succumbed to drugs, alcohol, or whatever, at least I see her and try to make it better. At least I see her and know me even more. Gwendolyn Enid Curtis, also known as Mommy. Mommy, a word I just first said. I once read that there's no love like a mother's love, that one cannot embrace a love for themselves without having experienced this unique kind of love. Sometimes I think those words are true, because I once read that there's no love like a mother's love. I like telling old tales, mostly about moments I hardly remember, if they were even true. I love you. 1987, I was working for the New York City Park. How y'all doing tonight? Good. Good. I'm gonna buy some time because my mouth is dry. This light is brutal right here. This one right here. This one right here. I'm pointing it out. Mike, this light is killing me. I got one good eye and I'm looking at this light. 1987, I was working for the New York City Department of Probation, and it was kind of funny. I normally don't explain my poems, but this is good. It's fun because I was broke. All I had was money to go back and forth to work for that week. I bought a newspaper that day, and I bought a Snicker bar. And in the back of the newspaper, in the New York paper, they have the TV guide of what's going on, you know, what are the shows for the night. This light is I'm sitting there like, ooh. As the world turns. As the world turns, many realize they only have one life to live. People continue to search for a guiding light. People go to Donahue, Winfrey, or Dr. Ruth for advice only if the price is right. As the world turns, problems have occurred in families. What usually starts out as good family ties often end up in a family feud. The loving parents always say, I want the best for all my children. They try their best with them for the first couple of years before they send them in the great outdoors in New York City's crime story. These children are what we call the young and the restless, who end up in places like General Hospital or St. Elsewhere. Unfortunately, parents have to experience Hill Street blues. Day by day, they beg their children to give me a break. As the world turns, men have taken advantage of the weaker vessel. This is a common practice when men treat courtship as an all-new dating game. Walking down the street, they look like a current affair. She hopes that they will one day become honeymooners. He knows they are really perfect strangers. He continues to play with her emotions by taking it one step further, married with children. He stays with her for a short time, then he decides to join the lifestyles of the rich and famous alone. She goes to divorce court. He leaves to Santa Barbara to stay with Kate and Allie, leaving his ex in another world in search for tomorrow. So this may sound a little bizarre, but it's reality because we experience it in the days of our lives.